This hypnosis experience is copyrighted by Key Guy Technology LLC, your 2019 copyright. This hypnosis file is not to be duplicated and or distributed without express permission from Key Guy Technology LLC. Please try out our product, the Hypnosis Key, by going to www.hypnosiskey.com. The Hypnosis Key is a digital package that comes with over 1,000 hypnosis MP3 files that are read by a hypnotherapist. The Hypnosis Key is a $20,000 value that we sell for a very low price. Again, go to www.hypnosiskey.com. That is spelled www.hypnosiskey.com. Please enjoy your hypnosis file.
You are currently feeling good and in all respects profoundly loose, and I wonder on the off chance that you could keep going further into trance as you tune into the sound of my voice. Or on the other hand, it could be that you are now in the most profound dimension that is feasible for you to go right now, and provided that this is true, that is great, in light of the fact that your oblivious personality realizes that there are issues you might want to or need to address. What's more, you are tuning into me today since you are worried that you may have been giving counsel when it wasn't required or requested, and I'm certain the exact opposite thing you need is to be named as somebody who meddles in the lives of other individuals. Also, I realize how troublesome it can appear to simply kick back and watch individuals you care most about commit errors. Now and then you believe you can predict what is liable to occur on the off chance that they carry on as they are doing, and you need to spare them from rehashing their oversights and help them to make the best decision. Presently there is one thing I feel beyond any doubt of, and that the general population who you have offered guidance to know where it counts that you are endeavoring to help, and I'm almost certain they additionally value your worry. In any case, as you probably are aware yourself, we as a whole commit errors throughout everyday life. Now and then we simply continue committing a similar old errors again and again, and presumably get injured all the while. Different occasions we may commit an error once, and that is it. We gain from that botch. At the point when that happens, we are lucky on the grounds that we realize that we've made the best decision, and the exercise we learn is regularly one that will remain with us until the end of time. What appears to have occurred with you is that you have gotten so used to giving guidance that you likely don't understand you are doing it now and again. Giving counsel has turned into a programmed response. What's more, by one way or another, it has gone to the consideration of your cognizant, thinking mind that the time has come to quit giving exhortation, with the exception of when it's requested. What's more, and still, after all that you may think in all respects cautiously about offering any, since you understand that there is likewise an opportunity that your recommendation could not be right or not taken in a similar setting, it is expected. False impressions are effectively made and regularly so hard to amend. Human connections are exceptionally mind-boggling, and you can never truly comprehend any other person totally. All things considered, it very well may be hard to comprehend yourself on occasion. There is additionally an opportunity that others may scrutinize your aim when guidance is given without being requested. This is another motivation behind why you have chosen to stop. You are starting to understand that when individuals whine about their troubles are encountering, they have normally considered or investigated every one of their choices and chose, for reasons of their own, that those choices weren't appropriate for them. You may likewise understand that giving counsel just improves you feel. You feel that you've accomplished something to help, or that you're a decent companion appearing by pointing them the correct way. What you frequently don't understand is that counsel isn't what they were after. All the individual truly needed was somebody to offload themselves onto, somebody who might tune in and gesture and identify with them. Obviously, being your companion, they are too kind to even think about saying so. Another characteristic which I am certain you find is irritating is individuals who give exhortation after the slip-up has been made. They may state things like, "Well, on the off chance that you'd done this, that wouldn't have occurred," or "What you ought to have done is this," and proceed in that vein, disclosing to you what you fouled up, in their view. It resembles the famous saying, blasting the steady entryway after the steed has catapulted. As I'm certain you are as of now mindful, an insightful individual doesn't give counsel except if it is requested, and still, at the end of the day, you track cautiously. So how about we go further into this delicate sleep-inducing rest now, as your oblivious personality plans to acknowledge remaining quiet about your recommendation and enabling others to choose for themselves what to do. Float further and more profound inside, to an alternate time, a better place and an alternate situation. I will depict a scene to you, and as I do, your oblivious personality can reproduce and identify with this scene at a more profound dimension. You will perceive any pictures related with what I portray. You may hear voices or different sounds, or believe or even experience any sensations I depict. I need you to envision a little tyke. Short interruption, 4 seconds. This can be any kid you wish. It could even be you when you were littler and more youthful, or, in the event that you are a parent, it could be one of your own kids. Whoever the kid is, envision yourself converging into this youth with the goal that you are the tyke and you encountering life as this kid. Short interruption, 4 seconds. This specific tyke is at preschool or nursery, so very youthful, likely around 4 years old, and has been given the errand of assembling and finishing a jigsaw astound. Also, you sit at your table with the jigsaw pieces spread out in pieces. Other youngsters at different tables have distinctive riddles to tackle, however yours is the jigsaw and you truly need to say everything together. You have 2 instructors in your classroom. One of them is an encouraging collaborator, and she is the one strolling around the class while your real educator sits at her work area, setting out certain exercises for some other time. This jigsaw is somewhat harder than the ones you've been utilized to at home. It has a couple of additional pieces, however there is an intriguing picture on the cover which causes you to realize where to put pieces when you stall out. So your little hands get down to business. They develop the sides with the straight edges, and after that begin fitting a portion of the pieces that bode well. One piece openings into another, and you rapidly turned out to be caught up in what you are doing. Another piece goes here and this one goes there. There are just 5 additional bits of jigsaw to go before it's finished. Your little heart begins to pulsate quicker as you foresee wrapping the jigsaw and setting up your hand to state that it's finished. Another piece openings in, and there are just 4 more to go. The following one is simple, and now there are 3 pieces left. However, with just 3 pieces to go, it is difficult to perceive how they fit. You attempt one topsy-turvy and afterward on its side, yet it wouldn't like to go. You take one more of the rest of the 2 pieces, yet that doesn't appear to fit either. You realize that it must fit, yet once more, you turn it along these lines and that, resolve to make sense of it, and you verify whether alternate pieces have been fitted accurately. You are not to be vanquished, so you take the 3rd bit of jigsaw and are going to fit it when the educator's aide touches base at your table and calls attention to where the piece goes. Reluctantly, you opening it into the space. At that point she indicates the following piece and demonstrates to you where that one fits and which approach to place it in. What's more, obviously, it does fit, and now there is just 1 bit of jigsaw left to go, which you know can just go there. The educator's associate instructs you to put your hand up to state that you have completed, and the instructor comes up to your table and praises you for being the primary youngster to finish their riddle. In any case, rather than inclination glad as you'd expected to feel, you are intensely baffled since you realize that you didn't complete it yourself. The instructor offers you a sticker with a star, however you mess it up and burst into tears. As the instructor and her associate endeavor to comfort you and discover what's up, you think that it's difficult to let them know since you understand the associate idea she was helping you out. Be that as it may, your educator is more established and smarter than you and might suspect she can comprehend the reason you are disturbed. Presently envision that equivalent scene, yet with an alternate result. There is another jigsaw on your table that you are assembling. It is indistinguishable size from the first, and the jigsaw has a similar number of pieces. You have fitted all the outside straight edges and portion of the center, and once more, there are only 3 pieces to go. You attempt the first, along these lines and that. You have a go at fitting it in each of the 3 spaces, and still it wouldn't appear to like to go in, so you move on to another piece and experience a similar procedure with that. You attempt it upside side and sideways in the main space, then the second, however the piece won't go in. After around 5 minutes of attempting futile, you put your hand up and approach the educator for help. The instructor comes up to your work area and sits on one of the little seats along the edge of you. You demonstrate her which piece you are attempting to embed, yet this educator realizes that you need to make sense of it for yourself. So she recommends that you take a gander at the image on the container, which you do. You hold the piece in various positions around the image, and following a second or 2 it turns out to be clear where it goes. You move away the case and fit the piece into the right space. That is great. There are only 2 additional pieces to go. You show one of these pieces to the educator and ask where it fits. However, as opposed to giving you the appropriate response, she delicately reacts. Where do you figure it would fit? Take a gander at the image again, and after that at the hues and shapes on the piece, and check whether you can make sense of it for yourself. So you do as recommended, and quickly everything appears to become all right. One piece pursued by another, and after that the last piece spaces in pleasantly. Your image is finished and you are promptly loaded up with a feeling of happiness. You did it. You worked it out for yourself, and the instructor was only a guide also. Having scholarly the mystery of fitting those little sorts out, you realize you can without much of a stretch move on to an additionally difficult riddle and work it out for yourself. Presently I'd like you to separate yourself from this picture of your littler self in the classroom. Experience yourself pushing ahead in time, where you are glancing back at that scene and asking yourself which job works best. Was it giving the counsel or offering direction and helping the youngs to work out the appropriate response that had the effect? In another S.